Greetings. Today I want to encourage you to practice rituals to attract abundance and prosperity in your life. And that you must not look at rituals from a mentality of being superstitious and religious and believe that doing rituals is of the devil or witchcraft and so on, because most people fail to realize that the devil just means your negative self, okay, or your negative self-talk. And so in order to help many people all around the world who've been indoctrinated to believe in secular Christianity and to be religious and superstitious, we have to show them that everything that you do in life is actually a ritual. So you can do ritual unconsciously and you can do ritual consciously. Now, if you learn to do rituals consciously with the understanding that everything you do is actually a ritual, then you would realize that you can do rituals to attract abundance and prosperity in your life. Now, most religious and superstitious people who are actually chasing after money and do not have no concept that they themselves are money, because money is energy and everything is energy, vibration, and frequency. They wouldn't realize that every day when they awake and they get ready to go to their job, that it's actually a ritual. They wouldn't even realize that every time they put on their clothes and they go to their so-called churches, that it's a ritual. And when they call on a white idol of 2,000 years ago and keep worshiping the white man to be their God and their Lord and their Savior, they are doing it unconsciously, and they do not know that they are carrying out rituals to someone else's ancestors. Okay, and they are actually living in idolatry when they do that. Okay, but when you realize that truly that the Bible is a book of mind science, and you realize that it must be interpreted psychologically, and you realize even if you disagree with me, it has to first be mental, it has to be first psychological, then you will realize that religious people have totally lost their mind. They have lost their concept of self. And so you will know why most religious people, they have a mentality of lack, mediocrity, and scarcity, and most of all, they believe that there is virtue in poverty. But when you look at nature, you see nature always brings forth bountifully. So nature in itself proves that in order for us to show that we are living in alignment or oneness with the universe, that we must bring forth bountifully, just like nature brings forth bountifully. And so, my brother and my sisters, when it comes to meditation and visualization, when it comes to scripting, when it comes to mirror work, when it comes to writing your desires and using water and speaking your desires into water, when it comes to lighting your candle and staring at your candle to learn to focus your mind and so on, when you do all of these rituals or practices, it's to help to train your brain. It is to help to get you more in alignment. It is to help to get you more connected to your higher self, to your true self, to your true essence, so that you'll be able to be the Lord and Master of your destiny. So you can shape your life whichever way you want it to be. Because transformation can only come about by the renewing of your mind. So it is you renewing yourself when you practice these rituals. It is you showing that you have a different belief system, and this belief system is all about you being the Lord and Savior of your life. You taking responsibility for your thoughts and your actions. Therefore, you do these things over and over and over again so they can form a paradigm, so that they can be impressed upon your subconscious mind. While on the other hand, those who want to keep you in ignorance, they want to shape you in a certain paradigm. They want to keep you in a certain mold. They want to impress certain beliefs on your subconscious mind. That is why from a very young age, especially in the Caribbean and in Africa, okay, and many places where there are people who look just like me, okay, whereby they want to continue slavery in a systematic way, okay, they enforce in the school system a religious program, and also in the religious and educational program, you have behind that the political system that is carrying out the rituals that was actually given to them by the shadow government. Okay, so my brother, my sisters, we have to relearn by force of all unlearn. So we have to unlearn and relearn and learn to reprogram our subconscious mind, and we can only do it by changing our belief system and taking on new practices. Okay, putting new rituals in your life. Do you realize that even the very rituals that was done by many who were trapped in physical slavery many years ago, and they used those rituals to set them free, today through secular Christianity, the people who use these things, they turn away from the rituals of their ancestors and call it witchcraft, call it evil, call it spooky, and speak everything that is bad against these rituals and these practices, because it was enforced in them by their slave masters. And so they're using all the slave masters' rhetorics that they get from the great grandparents. But it's time for us to break all generational curse that is keeping in lack and poverty and mediocrity and most of all mental slavery. That's why, my brother, my sisters, every time I come to speak to you, I'm speaking to you concerning how to get rid of all mental slavery, because mental slavery is what will definitely determine your economy, because you'll be always looking outside for outer economy. You'll be always looking for politicians to save your ass. You'll be always looking to some preacher to save your ass, and you will be delusional and believing in their false teaching that is programming you to be dependent on another when you're supposed to be dependent upon yourself, when you're supposed to call upon yourself. Because when you're thirsty, water is your savior. When you're hungry, food is your savior. Okay, it's not Jesus or any entity outside of yourself. That is why, my brother, my sisters, this teaching that I'm teaching you, it is teaching you how to live from within. And let your life from within be established on the outside. Okay, so let us take back our power and use our power to achieve our every desire. And it can only be done by us accepting that we were brainwashed, we were bamboozled. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of problem pronouncing the word, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, you have to accept these things and realize that there was a miseducation of the Negro. Okay, we were miseducated, and it's time to get rid of all of this miseducation and accept that your real identity is your divinity. So, my brother and my sisters, practice these rituals religiously. I want to say religiously, I mean repetitively, over and over and over and over and over. Instead of going to church and jumping up and down and behaving like a monkey. Okay, because a monkey just means an unorganized mind, an unestablished mind. And people who go to church and behave in those ways is because their mind are not well established and well organized. It is because they're still asleep, they're in a coma. Okay, and they do not know that they have a magical self. They do not know they have a prophetic self, and they can prophesy their life whichever way they want it to be. Most of all, they have no concept of energy, vibration, and frequency. That's why they live their life poorly instead of living their life lavishly. So, my brother, my sisters, take this opportunity to widen your scope and to lift your standard. So, the only thing you might be able to do for them is to help them, because you have more than them, because you are more aware than them, because many times the most you can do for them is not to be like them. Okay, so with that being said, my brother, my sisters, you know, I can go on and on, but I want to come to a close and I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me, what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you, if it really resonates with you, and you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram or you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at BlackMadGuru. And if you feel strongly to support this work, I just want to remind you that we have a PayPal and the link is down below. Also, you can support the work by allowing the ads to play. Just for a minute. Also, you can choose to be a part of my Patreon community and join with me as we work together for the upliftment and advancement of all of humanity. Also, I have a $20 course. It's called The Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. And it's just to raise your awareness concerning how the outer sun is just a reflection of the inner sun. And if you are in alignment with the inner sun, whatever you put your hand to, that it will prosper. That's why you're told that let your light so shine that the world will see, and when they see, they will glorify the God that is within you. Therefore, my brother, my sister, my encouragement to you is to look inwardly so you can tap in to your creativity and use your ability for the advancement and the upliftment of all of humanity, because you're more valuable than money. You are money. Therefore, I am saying to you, do all the rituals that is necessary to live your life whichever way you want it to be. Get rid of all guilt and shame that was given to you through secular Christianity that is pointing you to look outwardly. So, if you feel strongly to listen to those videos, I definitely encourage you to do so. At this time, I just want to say peace. Love you all. I'm out.